I'm making a game about being dead. Yeah, it's kind of a strange idea, I know. But it's basically a game set in the afterlife, which is interesting. Basically, the main character has to find out who they were in their previous life, and they find out that they actually did some really bad stuff. So they're gonna have to meet the people that they wronged in their previous life so that they can make it right in the afterlife. It's kind of a weird concept, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting to develop. I started by putting the story together in a diagramming program, and after I had that done, I started on the controller. The platformer controller is definitely the most important part of every platformer, so I wanted to make sure it felt really good. I took heavy inspiration from Celeste, which is one of my favorite platformers of all time. To be honest, this is actually the first game that I've developed with the Unity game engine, so I didn't really know where to start. I started by doing some basic jumping and running, watching a few tutorials, but since I have worked with game engines in the past, I quickly caught on. However, I did learn some interesting stuff like coyote time and jump buffering, which I hadn't thought of before because I've never made a platform before. So that was pretty fun. And so I finished with the basics, and then I moved on to more complicated stuff like dashing, wall climbing, wall jumping, and variable jump height, so I can jump higher depending on how long I press the space button for. So once I had that done, I started working on level design. Level design is definitely have to be one of the hardest things for me because I have never made a platformer before. I had no idea how to do it. All my levels were just falling flat. I watched a bunch of videos on how to do level design, including one by the developer of Celeste, which was definitely a learning experience. After watching a few hours of level design tutorials, I got to work making the art for the game. Now, after messing around in Piskel for several hours, I wasn't able to come up with something that I was happy with, so I'm probably not going to be going with pixel art for this game, but we'll see. I ended up just prototyping something in Figma and made a basic sprite sheet for the tile set and made the basic character. So that was fun. Then I went into scripting health, the kill script for the spikes, and the respawn system, which is definitely not done yet. All I have so far is just resetting the scene every time you die, so I definitely need to change that. I also made some moving spikes, some falling bricks, and I'm planning on adding a lot more cool stuff, like bounce pads and all the other classic platformer paraphernalia. But yeah, that's basically what I've made this week, and I'm excited to share more with you next week. Thanks for watching.